Welcome, everybody. Just give it a few minutes, let everyone join. I'm going to get people up to speak. 2 seconds. You're right, go. You're right, DBS. You've got the speakers now.
Hey, how's it going, bro? Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody so far here to the first main ever space. I'm excited to be here with you, Scott, and the GOAT, obviously. If we can just take a moment and just tweet out the space, if we could, please, we'd appreciate that. And we'll let the room fill up a little bit more, and then we'll get at it.
Yeah, man. Just waiting for Paddy. There's a few other people that's going to join as well. But thank you to everyone so far for joining. I've just got a tweet out with our Telegram also. So if you want to jump into the Telegram, we're going to be having lots of events in there in the coming days as well. Just give it 60 more seconds, then we'll get started.
Need some music, Scott, to fill in this time.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm definitely gonna get some get it set up properly. But Paddy's just joined the room. 2 seconds, and obviously I'm trying to get my personal account in here as well. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? Anyway, you good, go?
Yeah, you know me, just working away.
Paddy, can you speak, bro?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing, Scott? What's up, everyone?
Yeah, good man. Just getting,
you know me,
just getting everyone set up, getting the personal account in here as well. So, Paddy, do you want to just give a brief introduction of yourself while we get going?
Yeah, man, sure. So how long of an intro do you want? Do you want like a 1 minute intro? Do you want a 5 minute intro, or 20 minutes, or just kind of the quick who I am?
Yeah, well, we'll get going. Obviously, welcome to the first main AMA. What we're actually trying to do here is connect communities together, and give like a positive space where we all come together. And obviously, I've seen how Paddy works, and he's such a great guy. So we started to connect, the following past 3 weeks, etc. And I've invited him to like co-host the spaces. And yeah, so if you want to just give a brief intro of yourself, and then we'll get into the main token, then we'll bring a few projects up after.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, as Scott says, we've been kind of talking the last few weeks. I do remember we connected a while back, a couple of years ago, and then we've kind of crossed paths again. But just in the last couple of weeks that we've been talking, it seems like we kind of share the same vision of what we're looking to do, what we're looking to accomplish, which is in some weird way, as cheesy as it sounds, like improve the crypto space. And hey, let me add myself as a co-host. So he was telling me what he's doing with the main token, and I just like the idea. I like the concept. Obviously, I like the way he does the Twitter spaces. And, for a while now, I've been saying I want to get more involved with things. And this just seemed like one of the right avenues for me to go down, because Scott is pretty much doing the same thing that I want to do. And so, give you a little background about myself. I've been in the market for a long time, like really, really long compared to other people. And when I say really long, I mean like 25 years. I got in the market in the late 90s. I almost said the late 60s, late 90s. I got into the stock market when I was in high school. I put $1,000 into a stock, and about a year later, it went up 1,400% in like 48 hours. So I ended up having my dad cash out for me because, you know, he had it in his account. I made 14 grand and I bought my first car. And that was back in, I think, 96, 97. And pretty much ever since then, I've been looking at charts. I've been in the market. You know, I started the stock market, but I was hooked. And, you know, I tell people every day for the last 20 years, I've been looking at charts. I've been looking at, you know, financial markets in some way. So I worked as a trader for many years, all through college. I paid all my bills. I paid for my own college, well, not my first year, but later on, by trading stocks, you know, investing, swing trading. Then I started working at a hedge fund for a while. I learned a lot about the stock market and how treacherous it is. And I got into crypto almost 7 years ago now. And, you know, I've just been involved with, you know, different cryptocurrencies. I'm big in the NFT space. So I've kind of got my feelers out through this entire crypto market. And I'm just kind of looking to, I don't know, kind of improve things with education and just kind of trying to make things better, if that makes any sense, because I realize this market right now is, you know, it's completely full of degenerates and stuff because times have been tough and people do tough things, you know, people do stuff to survive. So I feel like the market's about to shift, but I just wanted to kind of try to do good things. And, you know, I like what Scott's doing. And I figured, hey, if I could help, great. And, you know, if I could help him, great. If I could help myself, great. If I could help other projects that I think deserve to get in the spotlight that aren't in the spotlight, great. That's what I want to do. I want to do the same thing with NFT, you know, artists, everyone in the crypto space for the most part. And, you know, there's one thing I kind of want to mention, like, I'm not going to touch on it too much, but I went through like a real scary health situation a few years back. And, you know, I kind of came out clean on the other side, like Andy Dufresne. And, you know, going through an experience like that has really changed my life. And even though I'm still loud and obnoxious and I curse a lot, my outlook on things has changed. And I just want to kind of try to be a better person and do more to help people. And I do it. And sometimes I get frustrated because like I help others more than I help myself. And anyway, I'm starting to go off tangent here, but yeah, man, I like what Scott's doing. And I feel like just in the few weeks that we reconnected, like we're really on the same page about like giving a shit about what we do and not just being here to try to make money and, you know, screw people over in the process. So looking forward to, you know, talking more on the spaces, looking forward to working with Scott. And yeah, man, that's me.
Thanks, bro. That's amazing. And yeah, I know you've been through a tough few years, and I've got so much respect for you. And I'm really happy that you managed to come through the other side. Um, but yeah, that is really such a pleasure to have you on board with the main token. Um, I think we'll get into the main token a bit more and how it was created. I think well, about 6 years ago, I started doing crypto promotions, and obviously I've been in the space a long time. So we just had this idea: why not like make a community and give back as well? So instead of having one, a lot of projects communities, they literally you can't go into another room and speak about another project. So that's what makes us different. Anyone, any project, anyone's welcome into the main Telegram group, and you can speak about whatever you like. Obviously, main is our main focus, but we think it's just beneficial for the whole space if everyone connects together and has a place where they can speak. So main was created roughly about 5 weeks ago now, and how it works is when we do promotions, etc., people pay fees. Them fees are brought back onto the chart, and then the tokens are burnt. So I think we launched. Well, I'll get in from the start. We had a small pre-sale of 30 ETH, which sold out in 9 seconds. We launched at 70,000 market cap, and we went up to about 800,000. We're roughly at about 500,000 at the moment, and we've actually bought back and burned 11, I think nearly 11.1% of the whole supply in just under 2 months. So basically, every time someone sells as well, there's a 5% tax where 1% gets burned and 1% is reflected to holders. So I think we've actually distributed over 1.1 million tokens to holders and burned 1.1 million in the supply. So basically, that's how Main works. And we have made, I think, 11 partnerships with some top names like Tectum and Shido and, PropChain and many others who we've done. I think we've done about 15 AMAs in less than 2 months. So, yeah. Do you want to add anything to that, Goat or DBS?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like you said, Scott, the launch pre-sale went extremely well. I was actually shocked. I was actually one of the originals that was actually able to get in. I believe it was quoted that 80 wallets were able to get into that peak sale there, and so that by itself was amazing. I was shocked. Somebody actually did a screen recording as well of how quick that it just went from zero to filled, and literally it was like 30 seconds or something like that. Also wanted to say that we've got the link tree posted in the nest. If that gives us, all of our socials, things like that, Telegram, YouTube, all that good stuff. So if you guys want to give us a follow there, come into the TG. It's always popping, having a good time out there. We have a unique system to where that we're able to tip individuals via Main, our Main token, or we have a token that's which is referred to as Kuno, which is our arcade token is what we refer to that as. We got a guy down here at the kind of towards the bottom. His name is Douglas. He is a bot genius. He's definitely on the team, a very, very, very good asset for Main. Always in the TG, always able to answer any questions, and he is in charge of all of that madness that goes on. Like Scott will tell you as well, I'm far from a techie guy, but it's always good to have somebody like that around you to be able to answer questions and just watch some of the things that this guy just comes up and creates. So maybe we'll have him on another episode of the Main crypto space, and he'll maybe go over some of the bots and things like that he's done there in the TG, because I truly think that that's one of the awesome parts about Main is that we create a TG to where you could go in, hang out, have a good time. And it's also, a lot of us in here have been in crypto for quite some time. That the golden rule is when you go into another project's TG, it's usually frowned upon when you want to talk about another project in said TG. Well, over at Main, it's totally okay. Of course, we don't care for the flooding of projects. Hey, join, blah blah blah. You get the picture. But if you want to come in and say, hey, I'm part of project insert project here, then that's totally fine. We welcome that. And a lot of us, will look into it and join that TG that those people are representing at the time. So it's always a good time there in the main TG. So definitely. Next, Patty, we always welcome you. Thank you too so much for showing up, and welcome to have you a part of the team, bro. If you guys, I've got a project. If you want to skip to that now, Scott, or whatever you want to do next.
Yeah, I was going to give Paddy. I was want to introduce how because Paddy's a big part of the project. One of our first ever AMAs we done was with a project called Hold, and Paddy's a big part of that. And I actually seen how hard he worked through that, and that's one of the main reasons I approached him as well, because I see his work ethic, and how he pushes and pushes. And that's what I love about people like that. Literally, they give everything to the projects. That's exactly what I do as well. So I'll just let Paddy just touch on Hold for a little bit, because obviously I know we've got quite a lot of Hold people in this group at the moment, and some of our main investors actually did jump into Hold, and Hold investors jumped into Main. So Paddy, if you want to speak about Hold for a minute, feel free, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to say,
sure.
Patty,
Yep.
really quick. I just wanted to say, great space on that. I attended your guys' space with what was it, Wall Street Bets, man. That was a hell of a turnout. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Yeah, man. Thank you. So that is kind of like a big part of why I initially, got into the project. So I have different philosophies of investing, of buying. My whole process is a lot different than a lot of people. Like, I don't consider myself a degen. Like, I've never once in my entire life FOMO'd into a project at like inception and then flipped it and sold it. I don't do that because I've been in the market for almost 25 years and I've just completely eliminated that risk out of everything that I do because it's just not worth it to me. Because being in a market for years and years and years, you experience treacherous stuff and you begin to assess risk with everything that you do. And that's what I do. So the number one thing that I look for in a project is the least amount of risk to protect myself so that I could sleep at night knowing if people see what I see, it's only going to be a matter of time before this project grows, gets visibility, and becomes the next big thing. And, you know, in my 6-year plus history of being in crypto, I have had multiple 1000X tokens. I've had 10,000X where I have literally held from beginning to or inception to 10,000X. And so, you know, I'm blabbering, but it's important that people understand my, you know, philosophy. So I don't just buy into a token and say, hey, everybody, this is the greatest thing ever, and then dump it on everybody and then just move on. And then write on my you know, Twitter, hey, I just made a 5X. I'm awesome. But the reality is people that do that, they're crapping all over their followers. And I don't do that. So Hold came across me initially because of Wall Street Bets making a tweet saying we're going to do a discussion. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, this is like the Wall Street Bets. These are the same guys that essentially, as a group of degenerates, completely dismantled not just hedge funds, but it could have led to the collapse of banks that I believe. Like, this is me going deep in finance. And, you know, once you start having problems with hedge funds, banks start losing money. And then once banks start collapsing, that's when the government intervenes. So this group of degenerates, Wall Street Bets, back in 2020, 2021, in the stock market, collectively managed to start buying certain stocks that started sending them to the moon because everybody was home. You know, COVID shut everything down. People were given money from the government. So these people were just home using their Robinhood apps and they're buying these stocks. And what happens is when you have millions of people collectively teaming up together, you can accomplish anything. So like a million little fish that formed into this giant fish, they started gobbling sharks, and the sharks were the hedge funds. So Wall Street Bets and this group of people took down these hedge funds. And then literally there was intervention where the platform that they used, AKA Robinhood, was shut down to make it fair again. So basically saying, hey, we can't let these hedge funds lose. We have to intervene. So when they said, we're going to talk about this Hold project, I'm going, holy crap, this could be huge if this, you know, community jumps on board. So then I started looking into the project, and I basically, it's a mathematical outlier where the developer, Roger, did some things at the inception of the project that I've never seen done before that set up this token in a mathematical way that I've never seen another project. Now, Main is a great token because it has different allocations for what they're doing. It's more of like a business. A guy like Scott at the helm makes me comfortable because I trust him, and trust is extremely important in my opinion in this space. So you can't really trust a lot of people, but that's why I kind of eliminate that human error threat. So instead of putting my faith in the individual, I just say, let me just put my faith in the math. So Roger created this element that prevented people from accumulating massive amounts at the inception. They couldn't snipe. What he did was he added something to the contract so that when the project first came out, the most that you could buy was 1/10 of 1%. So you couldn't accumulate massive amounts and then dump it like 3 days later after the thing pumped. So nobody could accumulate large amounts of tokens because it was impossible because you could only buy 1/10 of 1%. And then every 6 hours that doubled. So it went from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8. And then after like whatever it was, 4 or 5 days, you could then buy as much as you wanted. So it's like, then it became organic. So because that happened, it set it up in this unique way, which gives it this mathematical, you know, outlier situation. And then he bought 72% of the supply and burned it. So now there's only 28% of the supply remaining. The concept of this project is everybody just hold. And now the ironic thing about it it's a very high volatility, low liquidity token that makes it very difficult to trade. So I track wallets. I am a research fanatic where everybody, may not know what I'm doing. I am literally just studying and researching and reading, looking at statistics, patterns. So what I've historically been seeing is massive whales, guys with millions of dollars in their wallets are just quietly accumulating. And then you've got these impatient traders trying to flip it that they keep getting wrecked because the volatility is killing them. So these people keep losing and it's leading them to either hold or just move on to something else. So this project just keeps getting accumulated. And now Wall Street Bets is going to be doing another AMA on Monday. Yeah, another one. So I'm thinking the momentum has shifted. The price pumped and then we've kind of consolidated and now it's setting up again. So getting off topic, but it's just a really unique project that's like this mathematical outlier that has all these elements of demand and they just keep growing. And then Barstool Sports is coming into the picture. So it's got all these degen communities looking at it, but it's a mathematical outlier that could create the supply squeeze. So I'm rambling, but it's an interesting token and it's like the number one token I'm focusing on now. And there's other projects I still own, still hold, still love. But this one right here, right now, to me, is a completely, outlier. It's the token that I was hoping another token would have been. And now it's like, it's here and it's go time. So anyway, sorry for talking so much. I get fired up. You know that.
No, fair play. It's nice to see that you're passionate about it, mate, to be honest. But yeah, the community is great. So obviously, if you follow him, you can follow Paddy, and obviously you can find out about Hold from his profile. Because obviously, if you click on his picture now, you'll be able to see a few posts about it anyway. So yeah, so do you want to get DBS? Did you want to ask your project to come up first?
Yeah, bro. I was going to mention, just to piggyback on Patty also too, at the link tree up top, we've got a link to the YouTube where all of our previous AMAs that has been held with Maine, and of course Hold is in there as well. The guy that we had up there, I don't recall his name, but we had him in, and he gave a definite good brief overview of the project, just like Patty just did as well. It was a very, very good AMA, good turnout. Etc. I wanted to mention too, yeah, we'll bring somebody else up. What we're going to do is if anybody could, just for a quick second, maybe just retweet the room one more time. Also, if you'll notice in the nest there is a tweet that is to our link tree. If you guys would like, if you could go in, comment, retweet that for me, we'd appreciate that. And then later on, after the AMA, just show up into the Telegram, and we'll be picking a winner for the for that specific tweet using Twitter Picker or something like that, and then we'll be giving away some prizes in there as well. So just wanted to say that. And since I'm not a co-host, Scott, I can't bring anybody up, but somewhere around there you should maybe see Daniel, a good friend of mine. He's going to come up and represent the Stewie token. Just give a 5 to 7 minute brief overview of that, and then we'll go on to the next project, I should say. Daniel, too, I want to talk about him for a quick second. He also runs a crypto morning show, pre-market show, every morning there on his YouTube channel. He works a lot, so he's usually really good about holding those pre-morning crypto, those early morning pre-crypto shows. I always usually like to attend those. Very knowledgeable when it comes to crypto, charts, etc. So yeah, if you got him, okay, yeah, we got Daniel as speaker now. You're good to go, brother.
What's going on, DBS?
Welcome.
How are you? What's going on, Scott? What's going on, Patty? How is everybody? Hope the main community is doing well today. I definitely a supporter of the main community, as DBS knows. We talk about that almost every day on my morning show. We always take a look at the chart, see where Maine is, see where it's at, and see where it's going. So definitely a supporter of you guys' community. So you guys are doing great things. But definitely want to talk about Stewie today. Stewie token is a token, also a meme token that I represent. It's a relatively newer token, sitting at about $1 million market cap, about 90 holders. 4 in, 4 out tax. So it's not doing too bad right now. It's on a little bit of a downtrend, so a good spot to get into. A good spot to get into the token, as I like to say, when these sell-offs kind of happen. But what Stewie token is, it's obviously a meme token. They have a couple different use cases that they have though. They have a meme to earn program, right, where they're rewarding the community for putting out memes of Stewie and really starting to push the project. You know, a lot of people put out memes, a lot of people put out posts on X, and they're never rewarded for their work. And Stewie's really rewarding the community for really pushing their memes out there. And every week they get an airdrop for the once you put out 5 memes, then you qualify for an airdrop of the Stewie token, and it continues to build. The amount of airdrops that you get continues to build depending on how many memes that you put out. So that's one of the things that they're doing to help kind of push the project along, is they're really rewarding their holders. The next thing that they're doing is they're actually one of the other use cases is their airdrops, right? So yeah, certain increments during along the way, people qualify for, all the holders qualify for airdrops. And obviously there's different tiers of Stewie airdrop, and they're airdropping you Stewie token. You have a diamond hand tier, which if you held on to everything that you bought or that you earned through your meme to earn program, you qualify for that diamond hand airdrop, which is a little bit higher than the rest. And everybody else that holds 75% of either what they've earned or what they bought qualifies for that next tier. And it's one of the things that I like about Stewie is how they do the 75%. So let's say you buy $100 in the Stewie, you sell 50. The airdrop's coming. You buy another, you buy another, 25% of that, bring it back up to 75% of what you initially bought. Guess what? You qualify for the airdrops. And one of the reasons why I like that is because it teaches people how to take profits responsible, right? It teaches them how to take profits responsible off a chart, not kill a chart, and actually it's kind of forcing you to trade as a responsible trader. So in order to qualify for these airdrops, but it also allows people to be rewarded for holding, much like Patty was talking about earlier. Hold, and you get rewarded for that. So I really like that. And then they came out with the third utility, which is something that I've never seen any other meme coin do. They call it the Rug Doctor, which I think is a great utility use case for people. Is if there's rugged projects out here, let's take any rugged project, and you get 5 people that were invested in that project that still hold them rug tokens in their wallet. You can go and go to the Stewie Telegram, fill out this Google Doc, give out a little bit of your information, and you qualify for the Rug Doctor, right? And the Rug Doctor, they will buy them rug tokens from you and airdrop you Stewie tokens in return. There's a couple requirements there. One, the project still has to have a little bit of liquidity in it. It can't be a honeypot. But they'll take them tokens off of your hands for you, give you Stewie tokens, and everything that you earn from Stewie through the Rug Doctor, through the meme to earn, and also through the airdrops, qualifies you for more airdrops. So you just kind of building on top of each other, right? So the more you hold, the longer you hold, the more airdrops of Stewie token you get. And them airdrops have been quite substantial over the past, since this token has launched. So they've actually, people have actually done really well. One of the other benefits to that meme to earn that we're finding out is it's bringing a lot of people into the crypto space that have never been in here before. People that just like to do memes, they don't really know that much about crypto. They just like to put out memes. They just like to be on X and communicate. Well, now you're onboarding them and saying, hey, you're doing this. Why don't you come over here and do this with Stewie? And we'll airdrop you crypto and set you up a wallet. We'll airdrop you the Stewie token. So we're actually onboarding new people into crypto that have never been in the DeFi sector at all, never understood what DeFi was or DeFi wallet, but they're doing something that they love, and they're doing something that they have a passion about. Is really out here communicating on X via memes, and they're actually getting rewarded for it. So at the same time, we're onboarding people into the DeFi space as well. So there's a lot going on over there for the project being so young. And that meme to earn, we actually have a meme. We actually had one meme to earn type of, we call it a battle, but it's really not a battle. It's two projects coming together and actually putting memes out where both projects are represented, and really bringing them together. And what the great part about that is, instead of just getting airdrop Stewie tokens in that for that period of time where the two projects come together, each project will get airdrop both tokens. So let's say Maine and Stewie were doing a battle. The Stewie holders that were doing receiving the Stewie airdrops would also receive Maine. The main project would also receive Stewie. If they, the memes qualified. So it's a way to bring two projects together and also do some self promotion amongst each other. So that's one of the things that we love over there, and pride over there is bringing these projects together and really having them promote themselves together. The best place to find out more about Stewie is obviously in the TG, and it's great TG, much like the main TG. Everybody's pleasant, everybody's good, and everybody just is very welcoming. So that's kind of where I'm at. If anybody's got any questions, they can let me know, and I'll be more than happy to answer 'em.
Awesome, Daniel. Thank you so much for coming up and giving that brief overview of the Stewie token. I posted as well as your morning show, your crypto morning show, and as well as a tweet from the Stewie token. Excuse me. So if anybody would like to go check that out, it's up here in the nest. Again, like I said, Daniel is a very well knowledgeable guy, known in the crypto space, puts on a hell of a show. As you can already tell, he's a very, very, very well spoken guy, knows his stuff, and I definitely appreciate him as always. A little brief thing about me: I haven't been in crypto for going on maybe 2 years, so Daniel's definitely one of the guys. You've got Daniel, you've got my guy Dr. Crypto down here, Wadi. These are a couple of guys that I follow because if I have general questions about crypto, they're always there to answer my questions. Like wallet question, it doesn't matter. And they're very helpful and they're very knowledgeable. So great assets to the community. Thank you, Daniel, again for coming up and letting us know about Stewie Token. Scott, who do you got next?
Yeah, well, I've had a few people request, and I've got a few people up. There is someone that I actually know who's actually they're creating a VR real life gaming place, Second City. I am trying to get them up because they did request, but until they come up, we've got Adam. I think it's from Pyro. Are you here, Adam?
Yeah, I'm here, Dan.
Yeah. Did you want to give a 5-minute thing about introduction for Pyro?
Yeah, if I could. So one of the reasons I joined Maine is because they're very aligned with my project. So I started in 2015. I left the space, had kids, come back, and all I saw was NFTs, staking, didn't understand any of it. And I found that there was a lot of elitism as well. And I still, to this day, don't see crypto as where it should be. Like, it's not getting utilized. It's not getting used in the real world applications. And I kind of want to change that. So I made Pyro. So it's kind of, we started out as a digital services middleman service. So that's up and running. It's still under construction, but it is live. And then stage 2 is we want to compete with eBay. So it will be a middleman service for physical goods. And then lastly, phase 3 will be a script that you can inject into an e-commerce store that utilizes our middleman service. Plus you can buy in crypto. So I think something like this needs to happen in crypto, because with the DeFi space, if meme coins keep coming out and people keep rugging, it's going to die. And so we need to, as a space together, create a way that crypto can really be used in the real world. And that's still not happening. Anyway, on from that, I guess my background is I started out in 2015 with the Bulls crypto signal. I was the first Bulls. I had quite a successful group that signaled. I learned Elliott wave theory in under 24 hours. 30 days ago, I couldn't code, and I can now. So yeah, that's Pyro. We're on pre-sale on Pink Sale at the moment. So check us out.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. Brilliant. And you've been a big support in the main Telegram group, so I appreciate that as well. So yeah, if anyone wants to check out Pyro, jump into the main Telegram, and obviously he's there and he's sharing all about his projects, which obviously we love. We always bring projects together and allow people to speak. Obviously, people do your own research because, you know, we don't endorse any people that are here today. We just literally giving people a platform to speak. And then obviously it's up to you to do your own research. So yeah, thanks, mate. The next person we're going to have up is Second City, because I've known him quite a long time. Do you want to introduce yourself, mate?
How you doing, guys? Yeah, thanks for having us up, Scott. And it's good to hear another Brummie accent on the Twitter Spaces.
I know he's from the same city as me.
I was
Yeah,
going to say, is he your next door neighbour?
We figured out in the Telegram we're actually not too far away from each other. But yes, so I'm Defiant from Second City Studios. We're actually in the middle of a migration, and we was formerly the DeFi Bears, if anybody was familiar with the project. It's been live for nearly a year now, but we're going through a rebrand and a migration just to align more with some of the current goals and things that we've got going on. At our core, we're game builders. That's what we've done from day one. We focused more on mobile games at first, but more recently we've got some big collaborations and some partnerships that we're working with, and they're focused in the VR. So we've been busy for the last few months working away on some VR Web3 games. They're going to be NFT integrated, and we'll be using those same NFTs in some web browser games as well in the near future. And we're also opening a VR arcade in Birmingham. We've got an opening party in a few weeks, and the actual opening of the shop should be, we're aiming for the first weekend of December, hoping that there's no fuck-ups in that. And we'll be launching our token on the ETH network on November the 25th. We are currently live on BSC, but like I say, we are going through a migration at the moment. We are still live and trading. So where do we start? Like I said, we started with mobile games, and we was making advertising revenue from those, getting the community to engage with them, making the advertising revenue. We have a rev share system, so we was giving that back to the community. Our larger holders actually just got a portion of the revenue. Everybody else benefited from buybacks and things like this. But then a few months ago, we started developing some VR games, and then we came across RFox Vault. If anybody's familiar, if you're not, I'd definitely go and search those guys out. Some of the stuff that they're creating in the metaverse scene in general is just absolutely phenomenal. Integrating it with AI as well. Their leagues are above anyone else really with what they're developing at the moment. We've got a collaboration with those guys, and we've got some games going live with them soon. And through those, we actually partnered up with the C11 DAO as well. There's some links to C11 in our bio. If you want to go and check them out, there is some huge projects involved in the DAO. We're currently helping them build out a VR metaverse for them within the RFox district as well.
That's amazing, mate. Really, obviously, I've been looking, I've been researching it more the last few weeks, and yeah, you're doing really well. I've just pinned the announcement you made yesterday, so people can click on your the tweet at the top, and that will give them more information. So yeah, man. So
I'm a massive fan of VR actually. What headsets are you going to be using in the physical space that you're creating?
We're going to be going with the Quest 3.
Okay.
We'll be using PC VR through Steam VR, but I want to use the Quest 3 just because of a lot of the mixed reality games that are coming out, and most of the games that we're currently making, RFox Vault, everything like that, it's all on the Quest. So we want to stay with the Quest, but obviously to give the users like an experience of the PC games that are available as well, we will be using PCs with those Quests.
That's awesome. So the mixed reality stuff, you're going to have like a big open space, right? And then you'll be able to play all sorts.
Yeah, so I mean, we want to aim not just for gaming. So there's a huge niche within education and learning as well within VR. So we are going to be focusing on that quite a bit. We've got schools and that local to us and things like that. So we want to be offering music lessons and things. But yeah, with the gaming, there'll be individual sessions to be able to just put the headset on, get fully immersed, go into virtual reality and do what the fuck you want, or come down with your friends and we'll set up a mixed reality game. And we'll have it so the shop's getting invaded, the front door's getting blown off, and you got to rescue the shop and all of these sorts of things. Some of these we're going to develop ourselves. We'll develop some custom experiences, but some of them we'll just use what other people have made as well. Some of the things that we're seeing out there on the market currently are looking great. There's one called Dead Drop, and it's a first mover of it. They're only going to get better from that. But if you guys go and search that on YouTube, using the Quest 3, you can just turn your living room into the game basically, which is great. We've already got the premises. We've got a 12-month lease on it. We're already, it's already been decorated and set up. We got the flooring and everything down last week. We're just waiting for some deliveries, some other stuff, some timber and stuff to get sent down so I can set some rigging up and some other things. But by all means, join the TG. We've got the link tree in our bio. Come and join the TG. You can stay up to date with the updates that are going on. And if any of you are from Birmingham or the local area, I know we've got Scott and a few of his other people I've picked up from the accents. You guys sound local. You're more than welcome to come down anytime. It's not going to be just VR. We do want to make it, we want to be using it as an education point as well. Everybody that's coming in, we want to be educating them on Web3 gaming specifically. Try and get as many people as possible onboarded into our ecosystem, as well as any other ecosystems as well. The more people we can get involved, the quicker the space moves in general.
Yeah, that's amazing. And obviously, that I work with quite a few gaming projects like Focana and Quicksilver and stuff like that. So I might be able to put you in touch with a few projects actually.
Definitely. Well, we was going to try and find out if there's any Web3 projects that that
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
want some advertising and promotions within the shop as well. Things like this will be possible. Yeah, I mean, imagine some people are coming in to play some VR games, but then we just mentioned to them, we're like, you can earn money playing games these days. I think most people's ears are going to spike up to that. And obviously, the Web3 gaming is going to be a huge narrative over the next few years.
I agree.
It was, I think it was DBS saying, crypto, it seems like it could be slowing down a bit. People aren't using it as much as we'd like them to, as far as everyone uses that term mass adoption. I believe gaming will be one of the things that will push that mass adoption. But also, whether it's bull or bear market in the future, I think with the quality of the games we've got coming out now and the ecosystems, even if we're in a bear market, the gaming ecosystems, they're still going to see volume. They're still going to see attention, regardless of market conditions moving forward. Just because of some of the huge games that are coming out. I'm not even going to start listing them all, but there's been some crazy Web3 games just in the last couple of months. The graphics, the qualities, the ecosystems, they're all just leveling up.
Yeah, I mean, what you were saying there about adoption and stuff, it's like, it needs a killer app, doesn't it? Crypto.
Yeah, definitely. But also, I don't know if we've got someone. 1 second. I'm just gonna go to my DMs a sec.
Yeah, no worries. So, you'll have to come down for the next meet up in Birmingham then.
Oh yeah, definitely, mate. We can go check that out for sure.
November 25th, we'll be having like an unofficial launch party. I'll get you the address and that over to you, Scott. But you guys can come down then if you want. It's just going to be people from the community that are UK based that can make it. We'll shut the shutters, just get everyone using the equipment, probably live stream it on Twitter.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. I'll have to take a look. Definitely. All right then. So, anyone got any questions for Second City? Or do you want us to move on to the next? I have pinned your tweet, bro, so people can see. And if you want to share anything, feel free. All right, we've got Sharby here. We've had Sharby for an AMA before. I really like this guy. Really hard working. So do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey everyone. Yeah, thanks for having us, Scott. This is Crypto Hero speaking for Sharby. And yeah, met you guys. Loved the energy of the main community. Loved what you guys are building and what you guys are doing, and how it kind of fits with kind of the mentality we've tried to have with Sharby. And building with other communities, and partnering, seeing that other people have skills and advantages, and they kind of match up with ours, and really being able to work together to kind of bring that together. So I really respect what you guys are doing, and again, you mentioned I work hard. I see you every day. You're working your butt off, and so I got into main token on our first AMA, so I've been in since around 200,000 market cap, and I'll be there for a long time. So, and respect to Patty as well. I actually am a holder of Hold. I have a pretty nice bag of Hold, and have followed you for a long time. So, just kind of in the shadows, following your blog, and I've really you're really entertaining, really knowledgeable, and it's a great blog, great follow. So I got into Hold, kind of following you, and it does feel like it's ready to make some pretty big moves. So I'm excited to be a part of that project as well. So Sharby's been around for, actually, we're almost 10 months now. But really, I want to speak towards Sharby, but I also want to talk about Shibarium. So Shibarium is a relatively new chain. It's launched around SHIB, and Sharby just launched our third chain with Shibarium. And I really feel like why I want to talk about Shibarium here is because it fits the mentality of everything we're talking about crypto projects coming together, about community. So what happened with Shibarium is they had this crazy massive hype, and they had this launch, and it didn't go well. It hadn't been tested for the expected. I don't think they expected the craziness that happened when they announced it. So it basically crashed. But what happened with that is, you had all these scammers launching all these projects at first, and when the volume started going away, it left like all these builders on Shibarium. And so what's left there are all these projects and all these devs and all these communities that are working together. We actually are doing a charity gaming tournament with a bunch of Shibarium projects. That's kind of our pinned tweet on our page right now. But it really is projects working together. You have projects reaching out saying, "Oh, can we help do this?" Hey, I have connections to a dev. Hey, and we're all doing community AMAs together, and it's got the same feel as what you are bringing to the Ethereum chain. So I think it's just a special feel. It's a special community. It's very early. If you look at like the gas of Bone, Bone is the gas token, and you look at the current market cap of Bone is around 150 million market cap, and you compare it to other chains and gas tokens of the chain, and you think of the growth over 2 months. There's been significant growth, but it's still slow. But I think that if you look at Shibarium, look at the price of gas of that Bone token, and look at opportunity costs there, and the ability to invest in all the projects that are building special things there, Shibarium is a pretty special place to kind of look at. So that's Shibarium. That's my pitch for Shibarium. I think it's early. And I think that the same mentality you guys have is beautiful, and I think it really is bringing out this same mentality as a whole chain, which is kind of I've never seen that before. So very excited that we launched on Shibarium last week. It is our third chain. Sharby, again, has been around 10 months. We're on Ethereum, Arbitrum, Shibarium. Our goal now is to start burning tokens. So we are burning supply as fast as we can. We are building a bridge between the chains to allow Sharby to be bridgeable between Arbitrum, Ethereum, Shibarium, also to bridge Bone to Shibarium and back from Shibarium to ETH in a hopefully a quicker way, because right now there's a 7-day hold time, which kind of halts growth, right? So we have a bridge that's being built by the company Solidity. Very, very strong dev team that we're working with. We're expecting that by the end of November. We market ourselves as a meme token that pays to hold. We are a rewards meme token, so there's a 5% tax on Ethereum and Arbitrum. It's a USDC 4% paid rewards. On Shibarium, it's 3% in Bone, because we believe in the growth of Bone. And then the rest goes to LP. Nothing goes to the team. Except for on Shibarium, we do have a 1% marketing tax for cells that we've actually used towards burns. So we're bringing in revenue as well through the bridge. That's our plan. We also have some other avenues that we're looking to bring in revenue and have revenue share among the 3 chains based on total holdings. In 10 months, we've done a lot. We have a Spotify channel, we have YouTube channels. We've built out a whole crypto university called Shibarium University, which is actually our bread and butter. There's no intrinsic value on it, right? So it's hard to put intrinsic value on a university, but we actually released this week courses. So we have courses that you can earn badges. It's set up for beginner crypto level to advanced crypto level. A lot of information about Shibarium. We're starting to do project reviews on there. Tons of information on Shibarium University. It's on shibariumuniversity.com. And we have an amazing professor that's doing a lot of work there. I just do, the tutorial videos and silly stuff. So, but I'm on there as well. We also just partnered with Shib Dream. We're going to have our university as part of the Shib Metaverse. We've partnered with some major projects there, Brick by Brick, Mars Swap, and Brick by Brick is run by the CoinMerge guy, or it's kind of partnered with the CoinMerge guys. So if you've heard of CoinMerge, they do a AMA Series 2 for exposure on Ethereum. Holy cow. We have a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Our community, the same as main community, is very welcoming. We welcome other projects. We welcome discussing other projects. We welcome working together, to make this space better as a whole. And we're excited about what we're doing. I'm actually getting off here and starting up we're actually doing our first week of a podcast called Shibarium University Weekly, based around Shibarium. And so we'll be releasing that podcast hopefully by next week on Spotify. And I have a AMA coming up for our weekly YouTube live too. We're busy, but we're working, and appreciate the time. Thank you, guys.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. And yeah, I've seen the community is really good there as well. Really amazing community. And feel free to tell them to join the main community. And, if you want to come in, obviously you're a part of our community anyway. If you want to share your podcasts, feel free, mate. Yeah, great job.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you. Awesome,
man. Thank you so much for coming up and sharing Sharby with us. I just want to do a quick reset. Maybe we'll have 1 or 2 more projects up. Again, we have about 225 people in the space. If I could get each and every one of you just possibly to retweet the space, we'd greatly appreciate that. We do know that you could be anywhere in the world today, but you chose to be here with us, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys for sure. Also, I wanted to give some flowers real quick to our I have never really spoken to Mass, so I don't want to misspeak. I'm assuming he's a gentleman, possibly a female. I have no clue. But what I do want to say is that I've pinned a tweet up top here in the nest, and I just wanted to say that it puts out beautiful posts about the main project. I enjoy each and every one of them. He puts thought into it. Great stuff. So I definitely just say, I want to say I appreciate that, and give that a read and maybe a like if you guys have a chance to do so. Again, if you could just retweet the space, we greatly appreciate it. And like I said, we appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing up today. And we'll have maybe one or two more, and then we'll do a wrap up. And again, we have these spaces from here on out, Wednesdays and Fridays. So feel free to come back and join us. I believe it's, what is it, Scott, 2 p.m. UTC, correct?
Yeah, well, we're going to try it at 2 p.m. and then obviously we'll see what other people are saying, because we might try and mix it up a little bit. But yeah, for now it's going to be 2 p.m. UTC.
All right, sounds great. Okay, so who else do we have here? We want to bring one or two more up, and
Yeah, we've got two left. We've got a crew and Felix the cat requested to speak. So
Yeah.
do you want to go? I think Felix was first. So do you want
yeah,
to go first?
Felix has been up here for a while. Let's let Felix give a brief overview, and then we'll move to the next. Felix, you got the floor, bro.
Oh, hey, can you guys hear me?
We hear you fine, bro.
Oh my gosh. Guys, you scared me for a second. I swear, I didn't know I was actually really on the show. I've been listening this whole entire time to all this crazy, crazy information. There's so much bullish stuff going on in space. Thank you so much for having us. And Scott, oh man, you, a longtime warrior, a legend. I am just so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having us on the space, and I really appreciate it. I mean, look at these guys, his followers, these people, they love Scott, and they've loved him for years. And, you know, shout out to Patty. Never met you before. Nice to meet you, as well as DBS and the rest of the crew here. And I'm Felix, and I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about my project. It's crazy because there's a lot going on, and it's only been 1 week. And I guess we can add in that it's been a week and a day, but seriously, I am getting to the point where I don't even know what is going on anymore. There is so much activity inside the Telegram. We built this community that is just fired on so many different kinds of ways that they're just... I've never seen so many memes created of myself in the space before. And, you know, I've been around for some time. Like, 1919, the actual idea about me was created. I didn't actually show up on entertainment and, you know, the movie screen until 1920. And that's Felix the cat. Everybody knows about him. The black and white feline cartoon character of the past. It was the most iconic character ever created. And so that's why we have this project in front of us. This amazing place for us to all go and have a good time. You know, Felix is about something else. For me, well, shit, I am Felix, so fuck, I should know, you know, but what I'm getting at is I have a good time, and the community, they have a great time as well. So what it's all about is that relationship building. You need that in the space. If you don't have it, then there's just no moving forward. You know, the communities around here are all built in foundation. Scott knows that with the main token, and you all know that with your own tokens as well. If you don't build the basic foundation and the core principles around your project, then things just don't go the right way. With Felix Project, that's exactly what we're doing. We really just wanted to drive the community in a different way. You know, wanted to give them something special. And you know what's crazy? We have a developer. He's been around for a little bit. This guy, last bull run, he did like 3.2 billion market cap or something stupid. Like, what the hell is going on in this freaking world that you can actually say that you did something like that? Like me, all I can say is that I made people laugh and I never had to open up my fucking mouth, you know, on the movie screen. That's kind of cool. But as years went on, I started to do a little bit more voice acting, and I started to portray myself in a different way. Felix has evolved in many different ways on the movie screen and out and about. And so, you know, moving forward, I really just want to make sure that I give back to the community the correct way. I want to be there for them every day. So that's why I started to build a little bit more on my evolving stage. And I'm already starting to develop some comic book strips on the side, as well as some NFT hype on the side as well. So that stuff is in the works. And really, right now, the project is going smooth. Everything's really just like, I can't be more ecstatic about it. That these people around me are really giving me the pleasure of actually taking care of this group of people. This group of people, like, you can't have anything in life better than this. The communities in crypto are just super, super fun. But look, we got this like 2,100 freaking community members and all organic in the Telegram. They're all always feeding me freaking treats and information. I love it. I can't even get any more happy and ecstatic about it. But moving forward, we just do like fun stuff. They come in, we talk, we hang out, and that's why we were thinking about even doing an Ask Felix talk show. So we're in the works creating a 3D model avatar so you guys can come in, ask questions, and we can have daily talks, weekly talks about the crypto universe and what the hell's going on. Just like Sam Bankman, he just got shit on recently. That's fucked up, but they're going to give him a cat just like me probably in there to take care of his ass while he's in jail. So we're going to do that shit. We already hit a 1.6 million market cap. The shit fucking flew through the roof in fucking a matter of days. And what we got going on is just, we're going to keep on building that core. We got designers working on the side, different kinds of developers. And I'm straight bullish, but I told this guy I don't really like bulls, so I'd say I'm a little cattish about the situation. I'm ready to push forward. But again, Scott, you, my friend, I appreciate you on so many levels. Just like, you've been in the space, vouching your name and being there for the community members. It's just so great that, you have this amazing following. And I look forward to, working with you in the future in the space. It's just such a, great inspiring thing, you guys. You got to look at these people, the influencers in our lives that really just, hit it out of the ballpark when they're bringing up different kinds of situations for us to learn about. And they bring the best of the best up here. So again, I wanted to say thank you for that. And again, thanks everybody for letting me come up and talk today. It's Felix, and you guys can join up, hang out, come in the community, and shit, we're gonna do whatever you want to do, I'll take a shit sometimes once in a while and scratch my fucking balls, but that's a cat thing. I do that shit all the time. I just do whatever I kind of want. That's Felix, man. Felix. You guys have any questions? I'll be right here. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Felix. That was amazing, bro.
Amazing.
That was good, just to break up the room a bit, a little laugh. A great project there, man. We appreciate you coming up and sharing it with the group, man. Definitely, yeah. If you guys, as always, any projects that come up here, and we just provide a platform, like Scott has said a few times already. We just provide a platform for projects to come up to speak and just give a brief overview of the project. But always keep in mind, you want to do your own research. Like I said, we provide the platform, but it's up to you at the end of the day to whether or not if you want to take your funds that you work hard for and invest in any project that is taking advantage here of on the main platform. So Scott, you said we had one more that we wanted to bring up.
Yeah, I just want to say great job, Felix. You made me laugh and made my day.
Thank you guys once again. Yes, thank you so much, and don't forget our developer is the ex-developer of Akita Inu. I mean, that's the only reason I'm even here right now, is that he put me on the spot to do all this. So once again, I appreciate y'all, and have a great rest of the weekend, and just enjoy yourselves. Be safe out there. Thanks again.
You too, mate. Have a good weekend. Yeah, the last one we've got is a crew. Are you here, mate?
Yeah, Scott, I'm here. How you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Do you want to just give a brief introduction about a crew?
How do you follow that?
Sure, yeah. Hey everyone. My name's Dan, and I'm the core team member and spokesperson of a crew. And it's really good to be in this space. And I was sitting there listening to Felix, going, okay, cool. This is something a little bit different, and just all the projects as well. It's great to hear so much good stuff and everything that everyone's talking about. In terms of the community and good projects happening right now. You know, I think all the projects getting built right now are really gonna take off, you know, as the market starts to take off, and hopefully that is happening, you know, now, or it'll happen soon into next year or whenever it does. So yeah, I appreciate being part of this space. So my name's Dan, and my background is in YouTube. I've been doing crypto YouTube vids for a couple of years now, pretty much just analyzing DeFi projects. So I've seen a lot of good stuff and a lot of bad stuff, and you know, a lot of stuff sort of fallen by the wayside now. So sort of the tail end of the last bull run is when I got in. So you know, when all the charts were high, I got in, and then it was just been a sea of red ever since. You know, so I'm looking forward to see that full cycle complete. But with Accrue, yeah. So Accrue is a token and an ecosystem where basically the holders of Accrue can get access and make a whole lot of bank, a whole lot of cash from the projects that we're going to get into. So sort of the core premise of it is that there's a lot of projects out there, and sort of Patty was talking about this earlier. You know, that can 1,000x and 10,000x and just all these stupid X's. And they can be quite difficult to find, you know, like where do you look, what chain do you go on? And, you know, when you are on that chain, how do you actually research the project? When you are researching the project, what do you actually look for? Do you look at the tokenomics? Do you look at the team? You know, do you look at the you know, quote unquote utility of the project? And so the team behind Accrue, we've had a lot of experience in this, including myself, and the team has, you know, they've sort of been making coin in this way for quite a while, and we were sort of got together and thought that it's a bit of an issue. You know, we've all got we've got families or girlfriends or kids or whatever, you know, and it was eating up a lot of time. So we sort of got together and pooled our resources, and we figured, hey, you know, let's make this into a project where we can genuinely help people. You know, that's what it's about. And I think that's been a bit of a theme tonight as well, is educating people, you know, like for the new people that will eventually come in, and for the newbies, and for the people that want to get better. Crypto's it's a difficult space to get in, and so that's what we wanted to do. But we also thought, you know, what's one thing about that's happening in crypto, and particularly in DeFi projects, it's just they're so friggin' complicated. You know, like the amount of white papers I've read where I've actually had to get in touch with the devs and just been like, what do you mean by this? What's this fancy little phrase that you're saying? And, you know, and so I'll digest all that and then do a video on it so people can sort of do it. So we want to take DeFi more to a place of where it's just easy. You know, like blockchain technology is a great technology, but also a lot of people are in crypto to make money, you know, and that's sort of a fact, and we shouldn't shy away from that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so that's what we want to do for our community is to make it simple for them to make cash and to make money. So how it kind of works is that you hold the Accrue token in your wallet, and then your wallet's going to sort of get a weighting depending on, you know, sort of how much you've got and how long you've held and other things like that. And then the profits we get from our treasury from investing in, you know, solid vetted projects, from following the narratives, you know, sort of doing the on-chain analytics and using a bit of AI and machine learning technology and stuff like that and tracking wallets and all that, is to find these good projects, you know, and there are good projects even now, you know, even now in this bear market, there are still projects that are doing multiple X's, but people miss out. And, you know, like how many times have you seen a chart go up and you're like, oh yeah, let's get into that. I've got to get in. I don't want to miss out. And then literally as soon as you buy, it starts going red, and you're just like, okay, great. Well, there we go. I'm not one of those people. So essentially, what it's really about is finding these good projects, along with you know, sort of the more bread and butter, stable, I guess you could say, forms of income like liquidity pools and stuff like that. You know, sort of parking bits of our treasury into these various things. and then getting profits from that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sort of convert all the various tokens we get and all the stables we get, and initially turn that into ETH. And then on our dashboard, you're going to be able to claim ETH as your rewards. And as we go forward, you know, we may be thinking of doing other stables or other, you know, tokens that we could consider, you know, could be sort of the next blue chips. And that's sort of the essence of it. You know, like as I say, we want to make it easy and simple, and we think the easiest way to make money in crypto for perhaps people like us who perhaps don't have enough time, or maybe you don't have enough resources, or you don't have enough experience, or, you know, sort of all this stuff is, okay, well, we'll make it easy. Just hold a crew in your wallet. That's it. You know, we'll sort of take care of the rest. And, you know, you can be part of our DAO. You can be part of our decision-making process if you want to. And for our sale coming up, you know, it's coming up in a week on the 9th. We know that some people are more on the trade side of things, you know, a bit more of a trader, and some people are more on the hodl side of things. And I think that's come up a couple of times with some of the other projects that people have chatted about. And so we've got two different types of sort of buys that you can do. And, you know, one of them, which is the hodler, you know, that's going to give you 20% at token generation events, so launch basically. So you're going to get a whole load of tokens at launch, but the tokens are going to be slightly cheaper when you buy them. But if you're a trader, you know, we know traders aren't necessarily so fond of vesting schedules and stuff like that. So you can pay a little bit more of a premium for the token, but you actually get a whole bucket load more tokens at launch. And then, you know, the rest of the allocation is going to be vested after that. So the question is, you know, like with a crew, how much cash do you want to make? Are you a hodler or are you a trader? And we kind of like that, you know, that people can make their own decision. They're like, okay, you know, I'm a hodler. I myself am a hodler. You know, I've got a whole bucket load of tokens in the wallets, sort of, you know, waiting for the next cycle to go, as well as some other projects, which I'm sort of dipping in and out of, you know, as their chart pumps a little bit. But it's really up to you. And that's what we love so much about our project. And that's why, you know, I think it fits so well into a lot of other projects that you guys have been talking about, is that it's the quality of the project. You know, it's the quality of the team, and it's the quality of the tokenomics as well. And it's the quality of the idea. You know, what is the token actually doing? What's the project actually doing? What's their roadmap? And we've thought long and hard about all this stuff, and that's why we've got a buzzing community in our Telegram and our Discord, and, you know, everyone's super excited about launch, which is going to happen, you know, after the sale. We're going to be launching on the 15th, liquidity into SushiSwap, and away we go. So it's really kind of cool. But sort of getting back to the markets, you know, I think that projects that build now, you know, it's so good because you've got to put so much effort into building such a quality project that people are actually going to want to get into, that actually fills a gap in the market, and it gives them what they want, and it's a nice community. And, you know, people have spoken a lot about how community is so important, and we think the same. You know, like the Accrue community is very welcoming. We've got really cool mods, so come over and say hi there as well. And we're super excited, and it's great to chat to everyone on this space, and to talk to you again, Scott, and to hear about you as well. Patty, sounds like you're a pretty experienced guy, so it's good that you two are getting together to you know, help everyone out. So that's pretty much Accrue in a nutshell. If anyone's got any questions, you know, feel free to drop into the Telegram or the Discord. And, you know, I wish the best success for all the projects on here, and all the projects moving forward, because it's, you know, you can hear the passion in people's voices when they're talking about it, and when you're talking about it. And, you know, we're all going to be loving it, you know, when the token launches, or you reach your various milestones, and then, you know, new liquidity does come back into the market. So yeah, thanks for letting me chat. It's been really great. And yeah, I'll talk to you again later. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, amazing, mate. And obviously, I've been following you for a while, and I wish you the best of luck with the sale. And obviously, you're more than welcome to jump on the next spaces, and, you know, keep updating us on how it's going. But yeah, I wish you all the best with the sale. And I think DBS has just pinned a post for you. So if anyone wants to check out a crew, it's at the top.
Cool. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'd love to come back sometime, chat more, and let you know how it's going.
Yeah, and I totally agree with what you're saying. People think we're in a bull market. Yeah, it does look better, but the liquidity still isn't there, is it? Like the volumes aren't there. Once Bitcoin is stabilized and people are more confident in it, then you'll see altcoins run a lot more. But I still don't think we're in a bull cycle yet.
Yeah.
Obviously, we still don't know for sure, but it's definitely looking better than it did last month, anyway.
It is, man. It's nice to see Bitcoin, pump a little bit. But I mean, what's sort of interesting is that if you look at the market cap of sort of the crypto space in general, it hasn't actually really increased despite the pump in Bitcoin. So, people are sort of thinking that maybe some people are selling their alts, or they're selling their, sort of lower market cap coins to get into Bitcoin, on the news of the ETF. So that's a bit of a sign, I guess, that there's, according to the charts, there's no new liquidity coming in yet, but it's still good, and that sort of builds a little bit of hype, and that builds a bit of hope, and then as soon as people sort of outside of that start to see this again, they're like, oh yeah, maybe, oh that's right, I forgot about Bitcoin, that's a thing, maybe I'll go and do that. And obviously Bitcoin will fill up, and then the top 100 sort of market cap coins will fill up, and then the alts after that, and let's hope that it's sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, mate. Totally agree. Just Waddy's got his hand up. Do you want to ask a question, mate?
Yeah, what's going on, Scott? Thank you for having me here. I appreciate it. What's up, DBS? I probably missed the part, but what is basically the main idea of this project?
Yeah, sure. Good question. So the main idea of it is that, it's kind of hard to know how to research and know where to research. And a lot of people miss out on a lot of good projects and a lot of good pumps and stuff like that. And so what we're looking to do is we're basically saying, well, hey, look, come and join a crew, and we're going to do the research for you. We're going to, use the tools and the analytics and our own experience, the wisdom of the crowd in our DAO, and, sort of all that other stuff to allow you to get access to all this stuff. Because the thing is, right, is that what a lot of people don't know is that a lot of the good projects and the projects that are solid and actually pump, granted, they do come down a little bit afterwards, but they're solid, and, more often than not, the chart goes sideways rather than down, is that they're all on weird chains. They're all on layer 2s and omni chains and layer 0s, and, just all this really weird stuff. And that can be really daunting with, kind of bridging, and do you need a new wallet? What gas token do you use? You're spending all this money on gas fees. And so what we're doing and what we're saying is that, well, we'll do all that for you. We'll do all the bridging. We'll have the extra wallets if we need to. All you got to do is hold the accrue token, and then we're going to find these vetted projects, and we're going to park a bit of our treasury in there. We're going to park a bit of our treasury into more traditional liquidity pools, and a tiny percent of it is going to go for, sort of more high risk, high reward degen plays, and that's sort of the essence of it in a nutshell.
Yeah, I understand more or less. You're giving people an option just to invest in your trading skills, really, and hedge the bets, aren't you? Like without all the gas fees and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's not so much trading. It's not so much sort of day trading. In and out quickly. It's more about sort of catching the next narratives and getting into projects that we think have the potential to 50x or 100x or whatever it is. Or even not that, even if it's just solid. And even if we miss that, then finding the right entry points before, it's kind of, we want to take the emotion out of it, really, because that can lead to mistakes being made. And so, yeah, we want to give people all about access to that stuff, and you get that with a crew in your wallet.
Yeah, I totally get that. But yeah, it sounds good. And like I said, if you want to join the main Telegram group, a crew, feel free to join and share your projects with the community in there as well. So anyone's welcome to come and speak about the projects in the Telegram.
Yeah, wicked, man. Cheers.
Well, Scott, let's see that we're about an hour 20 into it, Bo. I guess we'll go ahead and we'll close it up for this time. Again, we just want to let everybody know that we'll continue to have these spaces here Wednesdays and Fridays. I'm not sure if the time is set in stone, but we're gearing for right now would be 2 p.m. UTC time, which is about, what is that? That's 10 o'clock Eastern Standard, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard, AM. And again, we appreciate each and every one of you guys that came out here today. I know that you could have been anywhere else, but you came to hang out with us, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys. Also, too, I'd like to mention the main token. We also offer dedicated space services as well. And if you're interested in something like that, Scott, would you want to let these guys know who they could contact directly, DM or something like that, to let if they would like a dedicated space with the main token?
Yeah, they can come into the Telegram group and contact one of the admins. We've got, if you go to the website, there's an email address, marketing@themaintoken.com, and you can DM the main token this account if you want to speak personally. So if you do want a one-on-one AMA, we do offer them, also promotional posts, etc. So yeah, if anyone's interested, just contact us.
Awesome. Sounds great. So let's see. Patty, did you have any closing statements, bro, before we head out of here?
I just want to say it was a great spaces. I enjoyed it. I enjoy hearing these other projects and communities talk. I think that this is the place for growth within the community. I mean, obviously education is key. So having these representatives of these projects come up and, tell what they're about, I think it's cool. And, let's just keep moving forward. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to, be with you. And let's kick some ass, man. I'm ready for this bull market to start coming back so that the all that money just starts flowing back in. As they say, a rising tide lifts all boats. So if you find those couple, 2, 3, 5 solid projects that you believe in, and if you're willing to kind of just sit tight on them through the duration of the bull market, and if you still sell at or near the top, as long as you have a couple tokens that don't get, smashed, your life can change off of just $500. With this market, it's cyclical. It's all timing. Every 4 years, it seems like there's a bull market. It's like 3 years of waiting, 1 year of pumping. And if you know how to time it, then you could forever change your life. And I think that time is coming. Bitcoin, 35,000-ish. People are starting to kind of talk a little bit about crypto, and this is where people go, hey, you remember a couple of years ago where, so-and-so put $100 in that one cryptocurrency and made $1 million. Yeah. I want to do the same. So that money's going to start trickling back in. And like I say, man, I want to be holding the tokens that are either run by people that I believe are trustworthy, that want to do the right thing, or have that, mathematical element. So that's the goal. Let's do it.
100%. 100%, Patty. We definitely appreciate you, bro. Let's see. What's good? Goat, you got anything before we shut it down? And then we'll hand it over to Scott and he'll close us out.
I just think, I think it was a pretty damn good space. I think we had a lot of variety in the different projects that we had. And yeah, they're all pretty interesting. So yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, no, thank you for joining, Goat, and thank you for everyone else that joined, especially DBS Paddy, and all the rest of you. It's been, the first space, I think it's gone really well. We've had, 5 projects within an hour and a half. We have got quite a few other projects that have actually asked to join. So, and we had quite a few requests, which we'll get onto the next space. But yeah, if anyone wants to join the next space, or you're in a community that wants to get exposure or, showcase your project, feel free to come into our Telegram group. And, if you speak to me first, you're more than likely going to get on to actually speak, because obviously you can only pick, a certain amount of people. So if you're interested in jumping onto the next one, just jump into our main Telegram and speak to one of the admins or myself, because I'm there all the time. But thanks a lot for everyone that's joined, and we'll see you again soon.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.